Welcome to a very snowy New York City here at the MSG studios. For Jared Smith, I'm Ariel Epstein here on Inside the Lines presented by FanDuel. The New York Knicks are at home tonight. 4-point dogs at home, total 217.5. However, the Philadelphia 76ers are without Joel Embiid, who dislocated his left ring finger the other night. It was disgusting to look at on TV.
It was not a pretty sight.
No, it was not. So he's out tonight against the Knicks. How have the 76ers adjusted without him?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I think that's the question that every Sixers fan wants to know is how Philly is going to play without arguably their best player. They're 2-2, not only straight up, but also 2-2 against the spread in the 4 games without Embiid. 3 out of those 4 games have gone to the under. That's a little bit surprising. You would think maybe with Embiid out, the offense would open up a little bit. But what we're seeing for Philly is maybe a bit of a unique rotation now with their big man sideline.
Al Horford offensively has been picking things up for the 76ers, filling that void with Embiid. However, defensively, how have they filled the void with Embiid?
It's been interesting because you think that maybe they would put a direct center in who would kind of fill that void. But I actually think it's been some of the backcourt players that have really stepped up. We all know Ben Simmons can rebound the basketball. We thought that his defensive mentality would kind of have an uptick with Embiid out. But how about Matisse Thybulle? He's a guard. And he has 7 blocks in his last 2 games. So I think the rotation for Philly is going to be something to keep an eye on tonight. How do they adjust? They've also played last night. They beat the Bulls last night in what was a very low-scoring game. So maybe some tired legs for the Sixers. I think that's why this line is really short. But I'm very curious to see how over the long term. The first few games, you might not get a good representation of how the team plays without Embiid. But now that we're starting to get back-to-backs, we're starting to get a longer stretch. How does the rotation for the Sixers, is the depth of the Sixers going to be tested with Embiid out? We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but he's definitely going to be out tonight.
A 6-game road losing streak for the 76ers. So that game at 7:30 tonight. Coming up, we'll have more games presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook here on Inside the Lines.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 48 hours. You want more? You got it. Join today and get a risk-free bet worth up to $500. FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Welcome back to Inside the Lines alongside Jared Smith. I'm Ariel Epstein. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the road at the Houston Rockets tonight. With the total at 234.5, the Rockets are 2-point favorites in this game. The matchup everyone loves to watch is LeBron James up against James Harden.
Of course.
However, how underrated is Russell Westbrook in this matchup?
Very underrated. In fact, I think he's the best player right now on the Houston Rockets. Harden's coming off his worst scoring game in over a year, but Russell Westbrook has been outstanding. He scored at least 30 points in 3 straight games. I love the Westbrook props tonight. Points, rebounds, assists, over 42.5. But for the spread, this is a Lakers team that's 5-1 straight up when underdogs this season. So if you're going to play the Westbrook prop over, you can come back and hedge a little bit, a little baby sprinkle maybe on the Lakers as an underdog on the money line. It's a little bit of a hedge because, you know, the Westbrook prop might hit, but the Lakers could win the game. You still could hit both as well.
I also like the props in this game because Anthony Davis, the star for the Lakers, has been out recently with a tailbone injury, and since then you've seen LeBron James step up his game offensively. I say over 27.5 points tonight for LeBron James. The last game we're going to be previewing tonight, we have the Sacramento Kings up against the Utah Jazz. The Jazz 9-point favorites at home with the total at 223. Jared, we're both looking at the total here. Where are you going with
this? This is kind of an interesting game. If you're going to play a DFS, I would stay away from this game. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. These two teams did play recently. The first half total was 51-48. It's only 99 points. So I'm going to go under 114.5 in the first half. But again, not a great play for me.
I'm taking the over here just because anytime the total has moved by 2 points, it seems to hit the over more times. It's about 55% at this point when the total moves by 2. Yeah, 222.5 up to 224.5 now at 223. Dollar Holla time. It's our long shot bets. I'm going to go first here. I'm going back to that Lakers game. I like LeBron James over 30 points, and I like the Lakers to win. That's at plus 360. Jared?
All right, how about Russell Westbrook coming off of a triple-double? He gets a triple-double tonight, and the Rockets win. Sprinkle, plus 560.
Always a sprinkle. Thanks for joining us here on Inside the Lines.